Look at this, he's still got velvet on him. Still got velvet on him in November the 5th. Look at this buck. Look at that. He is so heavy. Look out. Can't even get my fingers around him. Look. David. Oh, wow. Get you some of that, baby. Didn't want to stop this deer this morning. In hindsight, Monday morning quarterback, I should have stopped him. But we went in, tracked him, and knew about where he was. He jumped up, went right here to the creek. We knew where he bedded back down. We circled around, and I just stealth bombed it in here on the creek bed. And when I made the corner, he stood up and just put the old Black Eagle arrow right in him. He is an awesome deer. Man, what a hunt.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by the Ultra Rest by Quality Archery Designs, America's archery accessories. Sitka, turning clothing into gear. Dead Center Archery Products, American-made precision-engineered stabilization solutions. And Shine's Scents, make a deer's nose his worst enemy.
So Kansas has always been my go-to state, but for the past few years I've seen a lot of deer on social media, a lot of big deer hit the ground in Ohio, so I went up there the last few years, logged a lot of time in the stand and a lot of miles back and forth. So it was November 1st, and all of a sudden, just like Tucker said, this property just caught on fire. Buck after buck after buck, and I mean, we are sitting in the prime time spot. We can see every direction, and it is just, I've never seen anything like it.
Man, we hunted this deer all year. Didn't think he was this big.
January 15th, and just started snowing a little bit. hopefully tonight's the night. Trying to catch a deer coming out of this bedding area down off this hillside here. But we're just hoping something comes through. I'm trying to stay positive. It's just been, heck, it's probably close to 40 days here in Ohio. Just trying to stay positive.
So even though the hunting was extremely tough, whether it was weather conditions or the deer weren't cooperating, you know, that's what drives me to keep doing it. I mean, it's definitely not easy. That's the whole thing behind hunting mature whitetails. You just got to keep on keeping on.
The importance of a proper draw length they're paramount. It's like anything else you do, and if you're going to go hunting and take an animal's life, I think it's very important that we properly prepare. So measuring proper draw length consists of measuring your wingspan, naturally taking your arms out and measuring from end of middle finger to end of middle finger. Then you divide that by 2.5. This will get you very close to your draw length. At that point, you will need to tweak to make your anchor and a bent elbow at full draw, making that fit to where you can hold the bow up and make a good shot without your bow arm moving around, so everything feels consistent and solid. So if you have an improper draw length and it's not something you want to work on yourself, you would take it to your local dealer and ask him to change your D-loop length. You do not want a D-loop length that's really under a ½ inch, and you know a longer D-loop really does not matter. If it's a little longer, that's okay. You will be giving up some speed if you have anything, I would say, over a 3/4 inch long D-loop. But changing your D-loop, you can manipulate your actual draw length by a 1/4 inch. If you want to manipulate your draw length more than a 1/4 inch, I would recommend that you ask your dealer about modules, draw length modules, or changing the setting on your particular bow setup to accommodate draw lengths that come in ½ inch increments through modules or through change of settings. Proper draw length means proper form, and with proper form you can make an ethical, clean shot, and that is our responsibility as hunters.
Full Draw Adventures is brought to you by True Ball Archery, the real #1. Anyone can claim it, we can prove it. Axel Sights and Scopes, leading technology, proven results. Black Eagle Arrows, the best precision carbon arrows. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. And SWAT Broadheads, drain your game.
When my hunting season ends, part of the process I go through is trying to figure out immediately where I'm going the next year, laying out a schedule, and also shooting competitive archery. One of the advantages of shooting competition and tournament archery is multiple things. One, you always have a bow in your hand. You're always shooting constantly through the summer. You're always looking at targets, judging targets, and you're keeping those muscles, like the muscle memory, built up. So when the hunting season rolls around, you haven't missed a stride. So after shooting tournament season all summer, hunting season's about to begin. So get all my hunting gear out, get organized, put in food plots, and head up to Ohio.
It's the morning of September 28th. JT and I are headed up to Ohio. Season comes in the morning. We'll just hunt the evenings. It's so hot right now. Going up to Dresbach Outdoors. Isaiah's got quite a few mature quality deer on camera, and he's been sending me a few of them. I've hopefully going to get to hunt this deer I named Rolex. I named him that because he's showing up on time every day. So I hunted up here the last few years. Hunted a big deer that got taken later in the season by a muzzleloader. A friend of ours, Greg, took him, scored about 192, and just hunted a bunch of quality deer up here in the last few years, and just looking to see if I can't capitalize this year. So we're gonna get on up here and check the trail camera pictures out and get a game plan, and see if we can't go in tomorrow evening and get on this deer. Hopefully he'll show up.
So Dresbach Outdoors is awesome. They built a new lodge. They got plenty of property. Isaiah runs so many trail cameras. He's so prepared, and it's not just hunting season for him. He's 365. He's on his deer, he knows his deer, patterns his deer, he's got them logged. So this deer that Isaiah patterned, he had showed up literally 30 days in a row on a covert trail camera, and it had gotten to the point that he was so on time, I just nicknamed him Rolex.
They're on here?
Yeah, he ain't been there the last 2 days.
Uh-oh.
They daylighted anyway.
Oh yeah.
But I'm confident, a deer daylights 30 days like that. It's hard to.
Yeah,
hard
he's
to
just
say
coming through there.
Yeah, he's not leaving.
Yeah, he's nice.
Anything.
Yeah, he's nice.
But yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you run enough cameras, so.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
But this is new property to me though, so I'm excited, to see what we can do there
Oh yeah.
in the future or whatever. So.
Well, I hope we can take care of him for you.
So as an opening day, obviously it was hot. It was about 90 degrees. We didn't want to hunt in the mornings, obviously. So about 12 o'clock, I was like, hey, it's time to get a shower and head to the stand. As it got time to get ready, my buddy JT, he really didn't want to go, because the deer had been showing up on the covert like 5 minutes before dark coming through. And so he felt like, hey, we're gonna be sitting there for like 6 or 7 hours in 90-degree heat. Like we probably can go about 3 or 4 o'clock, and that's early. And whenever it's your first hunt, things never go right. So I just wanted to get there, get our camera arms up, get our cameras, make sure everything's working, and just make sure. So this was gonna be our day. So once we arrived at the property, we were gonna have to hang a cameraman stand. No big deal. This was a very marginal win for sure. So the first thing I did was get both ozonics up. So once I got the cameraman stand up and pulled all our gear up, I came down and let JT go up. And we're setting up, and we got most of the stuff up. And I turn around to get something out of the bag, and I glimpsed an antler right over the evergreen.
This segment brought to you by Matthews Archery.
So after the initial glimpse in the antler and telling JT there he is, I just kind of locked up. I didn't know what to do. I turned around and sat down. I had all these emotions going on. I was deflated, and it's 90 degrees. The deer's locked up behind the tree. My release is in my bag, cameras are in the bag, and for the next 35 minutes, we're just on pins and needles. So after finally getting all the gear out and somewhat set up, now I don't know where the deer is. I don't know if he's gone. I don't know if he's locked up behind it. It's so thick. I don't know what to think. So I'm just sitting there, and the only thing I can think is I got to get this deer killed.
That's what I'm talking about. You. That right there. That's what I'm talking about.
After the deer presents himself, perfectly broadside shot, and I knew I made a great shot, I've probably never been that excited. And it was due to how long this process took from the beginning to the end. And, you know, have a mature deer right there and not knowing if you're gonna get a chance at him. And that was my biggest deer by far. So I was excited, is to say the least. That was pretty unbelievable. We were scrambling so hard, but we were basically in a stare down with this deer. He came in, I just happened to glimpse the top of an antler, like I'm talking like 3 or 4 inches of the top of an antler over some brush, and I was like, oh, there he is. And basically he came in so slow, he knew something was up. And here's the deal. This is the deal. The wind shifted and is blowing straight to where he came from. And the ozonics were pointed right there. We got those up first, and even the second angle cameras will show it. We got those up first and turned them on and started setting up our cameras when I glimpsed his arms. The ozonics did their job. I'm speechless. I mean, just to have no cameras up and to be scrambling, and we thought we were way early.
Bubbles all in there. You telling me he trucked it straight back up this mess?
Look at them. That's why you get the zombie slayers crested and fletched. Right there. He's pouring blood. He's pouring blood. What a toad. We all the way to here. Here he lays. Oh. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to get my hands on him. Absolutely smoked. Look at the character on this joker. We've been getting trail camera pictures of him for the last 30 days. Isaiah's been sending them to me every single day. And he didn't daylight the last 2 days, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And season come in today, and he daylighted this morning, and I was like, the pressure's up. It's over 30. And get in here, bud. And the pressure's over 30, and he showed up. Look at that mass measurement right there, bud. I can't even get my hands around it. This deer's got some serious character, double split brows. He's got a bunch of little little kickers down here. He's got really good 2s and 3s on the left side. Got an extra G3 on the right side. Just absolutely super, super pumped. Super, super pumped here in Ohio, Dresbach Outdoors. And I owe you one of these. I told you I was tackling you if I killed this joker. Yes! So after taking the biggest deer of my life, 173 and an 1/8 inch deer, I can't thank Isaiah and Dresbach Outdoors enough for having me, and the way they treated me, the lodge, the food, the accommodations, everything from the beginning to the end. If someone wants to kill a giant Southern Ohio buck, I definitely recommend Dresbach Outdoors.
Hump